getting a train into the city center. This is one of the most expensive cities for public transport I think I've seen in a long time. It costs a full roughly 12 bucks US for a 15-minute ride into the center. Absolutely crazy prices. But I guess there's a monopoly. There's a city bus, it's 7 euros. This is 11 though for the train. But I don't really want to sit in the bus for 45 minutes to save 5 bucks. So here's what you do. English, standard, to Central Station. So I don't mean to be turning into a cheap and grumpy old man, but 20 euros for one 15-minute ticket into the city. Crazy prices here. Well, it looks like the trains here are a bit worse for wear. Oh my goodness. Just trashed. All right, after 17 minutes, I've arrived here at the Brussels Central Railway Station to begin my day of sightseeing here on this layover. Gotta head into town. All right, so it is 10:33 a.m. So I got a little bit of time. Again, my plane doesn't leave till 8 p.m. tonight, so I got to be back at the airport by 6:30 or 7. So I have a good 8 hours to explore Brussels. This should be good. I have not been here in a very long time. My last trip to Brussels was 17 years ago in 2006. But this is definitely a good place to base yourself as you get into town. So Brussels Central, make sure you get off at Central. There's Brussels Midi, there's Brussels Nord, there's Brussels South. So make sure you choose Brussels Central to be in the heart of downtown. So one nice surprise is that it's actually not that cold here. I thought it would be a lot colder, but I guess it is April. The weather is changing in Europe, so that's nice. When he said 0 degrees earlier today, I guess it was the middle of the night, so that makes more sense. But pretty pleasant. It's gonna be 12 degrees today, so nice weather for April. So right now, I'm heading down 400 meters from the central station to the Grand Place, or the big square. It is the main market square of Brussels and arguably its #1 attraction. Definitely its most important landmark, I suppose. And down there we'll see the City Hall or Town Hall building, as well as the Galleries St. Hubert, which is a very famous shopping arcade, which has a covered glass ceiling and so forth. It's really beautiful. Again, I haven't been here in 17 years, so this is all coming back to me. It doesn't seem familiar to me, so kind of like I'm revisiting for the first time, really. So if you're not sure where to go, just follow the crowds, really. Everybody's heading down that way. You can see some beautiful buildings that are kind of reminiscent of the ones you see in Amsterdam. Narrow Dutch architecture right here. But it doesn't have as much of a grimy feel as Amsterdam does. Pretty beautiful day though. I definitely chose the right day to come. There was rain yesterday and there's rain tomorrow, so I definitely lucked out on this trip. It is definitely shamelessly touristy, but it is what it is. It is a pretty beautiful city. Gift shops, ice cream, waffles, Belgian waffles, chocolate shops. They are a dime a dozen, I'm telling you. Literally every 3 storefronts is one or the other. Waffles, ice cream, or chocolate. And this is it, folks. This is the piece de resistance of Brussels. The beautiful Grand Place, or the Grossmarkt. And that is the Brussels Town Hall right there. Really cool. Stunning old architecture here. This is one of the most beautiful city squares in all of Europe. You can see all of these gilded facades. There's so much detail on them. You can see all of those accents. I don't know if it's real gold, but likely gold leaf by the looks of it. It's so shiny. Beautiful. I have not been here in so long. It's bringing back some memories, but honestly, I was a kid back then. I was about 23 years old the last time I was here, so it's been a long time. I'm 40 now. I also visited here with my grandmother back in 2005, so been here twice in total. So the only downside of this beautiful square are the mass numbers of walking tour groups, guided tours. I am constantly in their way and they're constantly in my way, so it is what it is. A few of them thinned out now though, so that's good. And I'm supposed to meet a friend this afternoon, fellow travel vlogger Robbie Travels, who's going to come and visit after work today, so I can't wait to see him. Haven't met him before, so it'll be the first time I meet him in person, so pretty cool. All right, that's probably one of the most beautiful Starbucks on earth right there. That beautiful gilded building. It must cost them a fortune in rent. With a date plate of 1697, so very old and historic. So the Brussels Town Hall is the oldest surviving medieval structure here in the center of Brussels. Built between 1401 and 1459, I believe. Beautiful building in the Gothic style. And right across the road here is the bread house, or the King's House. But absolutely cool. Definitely a beautiful day to be enjoying this beautiful city square in the heart of Brussels. And the one thing I remember the most about the Grand Place when I visited in June of 2005 were the massive amounts of flowers. There's flower beds pretty much all over that time of year. So if you ever find yourself in Belgium in the summertime, make sure to visit during that flower season because it's so beautiful down here. So while my coffee is decidedly not European, I'm gonna go get myself some famous chocolate here at the Neuhaus. It's one of the most famous chocolatiers here in Brussels. And I believe, yeah, the inventor of the Belgian praline. So these are expensive. They can run like €2 or €3 for one single piece of chocolate. But I'm gonna go treat myself when in Rome, or when in Brussels. Myself the Choco Cafe, and I also got a Suzanne with raspberry ganache. We'll try those out. So any guesses what I paid for 2 chocolates at Neuhaus? 0. They gave it to me on the house. Very generous of them. So I got 2 pralines, handmade pralines here. I think it would cost for about $2. They're about $1 a piece, €1 a piece or so. They're pretty expensive, but she was nice enough to gift it to me, so that's nice. All right, the first one on offer here is the chocolate coffee. Wow, that was so good. It's crazy how they can make that by hand. Wow. Honestly, some of the best chocolate you're going to find on earth outside of Switzerland, for sure. All right, number 2 is this raspberry ganache. You can see it just dripping out of there. I just filmed it on Instagram, but really good. And oh, that's so good. The raspberry flavor is just so powerful. Absolutely delicious. Perfect way to spend my layover here in Brussels. Definitely check out Neuhaus if you're at the Grand Place. You will not be disappointed. So heading down about 300 meters from the Grand Place towards a very, very unique local landmark. And whenever you see a crowd of tourists gathering on an obscure side street, you know that it's probably worth seeing. All right, a short walk from the Grand Place. I've arrived down here at the Mannekin Pis, which is exactly what it sounds like. Literally, a little boy taking a piss into the fountain. So just when you thought you could not scrape the bottom of the barrel in terms of tourist sites, you get this. Very quirky. Definitely a one-of-a-kind tourist attraction here in Brussels. So another institution here in Brussels are these frites stands, or Belgian fries, basically. Just like the Mannekin Pis place in Amsterdam, very similar. But you can see it is pretty shamelessly touristy on almost every street here, but still pretty enjoyable. Lots of waffles around here. So my next sightseeing stop on this quick tour of Brussels is going to be the Galleries St, Hubert, which is just ahead of me here, about a block off of the Grand Place. A really famous covered market hall, and honestly, it is such a beautiful place. So I'm going to check that out right now. All right, so I've arrived at the Royal Galleries of St. Hubert, which you will see why it is such an incredible structure as we enter. The glass ceiling is just incredible. It's one of the oldest covered markets in Europe, built in 1847, so Not super, super old, but old enough. You can see just how much light there is coming into here. Again, a lot of it is just, you know, touristy, but it is an excellent place to grab a beer and relax and just wander, basically. Such a historic building. And you can see so many reliefs and sculptures built right into the side of it. So it looks like this is called the Gallery of the Queen, or the Queen's Gallery. Very cool. Definitely remember this, but it's been so long. I can't believe how long it's been since I've been here. Crazy. And you can see that the original location of Neuhaus is here in the Galleries St. Hubert. Big Easter eggs over there. Wow, that's pure chocolate. Crazy. Bust of somebody. Oh, Neuhaus. That's who it is. And plenty of chocolate on offer. Huge location compared to the one I was just at. But highly recommend that you check out Neuhaus. It is the best chocolate in the city. And that is pretty much it for the Galleries St. Hubert. You get the idea. Very cool building and a nice slice of history right here in the heart of downtown Brussels. And this incredible cathedral is the St. Michael and Gudula Cathedral, right here across from the galleries in the heart of Brussels. Beautiful cathedral. Kind of reminds me of Notre Dame a little bit in terms of its facade. Really cool. Definitely has Gothic elements to it. Beautiful cathedral. All right, I'm heading down to Brussels Central Station now to meet my buddy Robbie. We have only been Instagram friends this long for a few years now. He's one of my first followers, and I guess vice versa. So nice to be able to meet him in person today. We kind of organized it last minute to get together, so I'm heading down to meet him at the train station. All right, we meet at last.
Yeah,
Robbie, how are you doing?
Dave?
Very good.
I'm fine,
Very
thank
good.
you.
You don't mind being filmed?
No, it's not.
Okay,
a problem
perfect.
For me. Thank you.
All right, finally met up with Robbie Travels
Yes,
on YouTube.
finally.
Check out his channel. We're going to do some exploring around Brussels today. Finally met him after, what, 3 years?
Yeah, something like
Something
that.
like that. Yeah, I
3
think we
years.
were one of each other's first followers on YouTube. So
Yeah.
it's kind of cool to actually meet in person. You exist.
Yeah,
So-
you exist too.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
So strange when
Yes.
you see each other
I know,
in real. Yeah,
I know,
yeah.
it's just strange. But we're going to go look around the city. But this is Robbie. For those who don't know him, check out his channel at Robbie Travels. So what palace is that then? What's this one called?
This one.
Yeah.
It's actually a church.
Oh, a church. Okay. All right, so Robbie's just showed me this old building, Old England on the front. It's beautiful, has wrought iron accents all over it. The balconies, you can see all of that wrought iron work. And this was an old department store, evidently. And now it's been renovated or changed into a musical instrument museum. So they've repurposed the space, but really cool old building here in the heart of downtown Brussels. All right, so this is the Königsplein, and you can see this beautiful old church here on the square, and a heavily oxidized statue there in the front. And if you look really closely on the church facade, you can see what looks like an image of the Last Supper, I believe, if I'm looking at that correctly. Very cool, but plenty of buses to block the view. So upon further examination, it's not the Last Supper. It looks like the Mother Mary holding the infant Jesus with a bunch of angels around. So interesting facade here on the front of this old church. So Robbie was kind enough to offer to buy me a waffle here at this mobile waffle van, basically. But unfortunately, they use almond extract in their waffles, so no such luck for me. As usual, I don't get to enjoy the bounty of what the city has to offer, but that is part and parcel of being a nut allergy sufferer.
Okay, we go that way. There is the Royal Palace.
So this here is the Royal Palace of Belgium. And who are the king and the queen?
We have King Philip and Queen Mathilde.
King Philip and Queen Matilda. Okay, cool. And you can see it's pretty heavily scaffolded right now. Looks like they're doing some renovations, so not as beautiful as it could be. They actually have a covering on that side of it, so I probably came at the wrong year, at least to soak this up, but worth seeing nevertheless. And this here is the Museum of Fine Arts, Robbie was just saying. It looks like they got a pretty well established tram network throughout the city center as well. And that is the Palace of Justice down in the distance. Beautiful gold accented dome on the very top. So Robbie just introduced me to this amazing little park. It's so beautiful. Beautiful green space. You can see all these hedges have been perfectly landscaped. And this is called the Place du Petit Sablon in French. Really cute little park. Just shy of the Palace of Justice that we're walking towards. And he was saying that these little statues on the top of these columns depict different occupations from the ancient times, basically. So different tradespeople. Pretty cool. I'm definitely thankful to be touring the city now with Robbie. Where are you hiding? Where are you hiding?
I'm just hiding for your shop, man.
So it is definitely heavily scaffolded, as you can see, or as you can't see, I should say. But pretty interesting Ferris wheel over here, right next to the. Is that a river?
No, there you go. It's just the skyline.
Oh, yeah. Just the skyline. Okay, I thought it might be a river there or something.
No, we can look at after.
Okay, cool. But they do have a little Ferris wheel that's about €8 or €9 to go around, and a World War I and II monument right there in the foreground. So pretty impressive building. As huge as it is, just a bit backlit so you can barely see it, but pretty cool sights here in the center of Brussels. So we're on the reverse side now of the Palace of Justice, and you can see just how massive this building is. Got some buskers playing live music here. And a little elevator going down to the street below. So the massive city skyline here of Brussels. I am just following Robbie around, and he's showing me some very cool sights that I would never have found on my own. So very grateful for that. Beautiful city. And this saves you from having to walk down, eh?
Yes,
Use the elevator. Very good idea. Or up, yeah. And that is the tallest building in Belgium right over there. The Finance Tower, I believe Robbie said it.
I don't think it's the finest tower.
Okay. Some sort of tower, but...
South Tower.
The South Tower of some sort. Cool. Amazing views from up here. All right, Robbie is awesome, and he treated me to this local specialty Belgian waffles. This is probably the second time I've ever had these. The first time when I came here in 2005, but I don't remember it, so I'll give this a shot. It's got like syrup baked right into it. Pretty good. Now, what does this cost?
€2.50.
€2.50, so pretty cheap. Yeah, pretty good for what it is. Pretty good snack. And Robbie was saying that the best waffles in town are actually from these carts. So this is like
I think so.
Pascalino. Waffles in a van, basically. So pretty cool. This little guy is intent on getting this waffle, I'm telling you. Annoying pigeon. There you go, that's where you belong. All right, so this is the waffle van, and that was pretty good. So check out these waffle vans if you're in Brussels. This one is Pascalino's. And right here is Brussels' take on the London Eye, and it is called the View Brussels. And I guess it's €8 or €9 for a ticket. So we're gonna head down the elevator here to get to the bottom. We're kind of taking the easy way out, I suppose. I imagine this is quite the walk up, though. So there's something similar to this in Lisbon that I was on. There's in the center.
Lisbon,
yeah.
Yes.
There's it's a little bit
this
more
one is
historic.
a lot shorter.
Yeah. And that one's more historic. It's like almost like a history icon. So I completely forgot to turn on the camera during that elevator ride down. Just imagine an elevator ride from the top to the bottom, and there you go. So this huge square is the Vossenplein, and it is home to one of the city's flea markets, which actually just wrapped up. We just missed it. You can see everybody cleaning up right now, and it's an absolute mess, but one of the city's finest flea markets right here. We're gonna go find a brewery now with over 2,000 varieties of beer. What's the place called again, Robbie?
Delirium Bar.
Delirium Bar. All right, let's do this. right, we are men on a mission looking for this bar with 2,000 beers. So Robbie just introduced me to the peeing lady. If you didn't have enough peeing people around Brussels already, here you go. The peeing girl. Wow. No words. All right, success. We have made it to the Delirium Cafe, which, if you look over here, holds the Guinness Book of World Records title for the most varieties of beer commercially available. 2,004 varieties of beer. So pretty incredible. Entry on 2004, it looks like. All right, so I'm going to order the Troubadour Magma New England IPA. 6.5%, so it should be pretty good. Pretty cool bar. Thanks, Robbie, again for introducing me to this place.
You're welcome.
He has all the tips. He doesn't even drink, and he knows this place.
Yeah, I don't drink alcohol at all, so. But I have a lot of Belgian friends who like to drink.
Yes,
so.
Exactly. Well, thank you for the tip.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome.
All right, Robbie has a very refreshing Coke Zero.
Yes,
good
like
choice.
Always.
Good choice. Good choice. And I am cooling off here with a Troubadour New England IPA, which looks absolutely delicious. If you look at this, look at the translucency on that. It's like orange juice. Absolutely delicious. Unfiltered. Loads of citrus notes. Amazing. This was about €4.50, so like $6 Canadian. It's actually really reasonable. And we got these pretty cool barrels tables that look kind of like this right here. And we are just enjoying the vibe here. Nice place. Thanks again for introducing it, Robbie.
You're welcome, Dave.
All right, trying out this Troubadour New England IPA. Wow, that is so good. Extremely juicy, lots of citrus notes with the hops. It's like grapefruit juice almost. It's so good. Wow, very good selection. All right, Robbie says I cannot leave Belgium until I try the Belgian Frites. So we're here at Frietland. I'm gonna see how different these are compared to the Dutch fries. So it's always a good sign to see so many people lining up to get their fries, and they definitely delivered. This is a huge portion. So this was €3, and it's just massive. I mean, wow, that is like family size. And Robbie's got himself, what's this called again?
Mitraillette.
Mitraillette. And it's like a fry sub with some
they
meat
put
in it.
some onion in there, some beef patty.
Okay, a beef patty, onions. Wow.
With some cocktail sauce.
Yeah.
And nice fry.
Nice. Yeah. That's quite the meal, though. That's a huge serving. So, wow, they are definitely not skimping out on the portions here. So, this was €3, and yours was what, about 8 or something?
7.
€7. Yeah. So, not bad at all. All right, trying the Belgian Frites. They're really good. They taste like fresh potato. It's really, really high quality. My goodness. That's why people come here so much. I got them au naturel, so nothing added to them. Just some salt, but really good. All right, well, we had a wonderful time here in central Brussels. We actually passed like, what, 5 hours now?
Yeah,
almost
something
6
like that,
hours
yeah.
of wandering around with a really great local guide here. Like, I don't know if he knew that was on his resume, but he's definitely well versed in Brussels, and I had a really good time looking around with him. And it was great to meet you, Robbie,
it was
finally
awesome.
in person.
Finally.
I am very thankful to have spent the afternoon with this guy. Follow him on YouTube at Robbie Travels, and on Instagram at Robbie Travels as well. All right, thanks so much, Robbie.
Thank you so much, Dave.
We'll see you.
See you again soon.
Yeah. So you learn something new every day. I had no idea that the Smurfs were Belgian in origin, but that is the case. So here is a monument dedicated to the Smurfs, which is decidedly not blue, but we'll forgive them. Well, I am back in Grand Place after a great afternoon of sightseeing with Robbie Travels. Great guy. He gave me such a good tour of some sites I would never have found on my own. So I hope this video gave you some idea about how to spend your rushed layover here in Brussels, Belgium. It has been exactly 6 hours, and I'm heading back to the airport now. I will see you in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia.